Hi. Hello, everyone. Come on in. Welcome, welcome. We are here. We're here today. So we are here today celebrating the empath effect, powerful stories of love, courage, and transformation. Woo, woo. Yay. People are comparing this book to Chicken Soup for the Soul, which I absolutely love. I cannot say that enough. That is a great honor to be compared to Chicken Soup for the Soul. The empath effect. Whew. So we are here with Amy King. Hi, Amy.
Hi.
Amy wrote an article inside of the Empath Effect. It is 22 stories from authors all over the world coming together to share their journeys of how they figured out that they were an empath, their courage, their perseverance, love, compassion. I love it all. It's fantastic. So Amy's article is called Feeling Too Much, an open letter to a young empath. And Amy is a certified life coach. She is a contributing author of 11 international bestsellers, including this one. 11, that's a big number. When not writing, she enjoys music, movies, art, travel, and time with loved ones. Her relationships with clients are built on trust and vulnerability. She welcomes the opportunity to work with you and help you transform your life. Email her at yourphenomenallife585@gmail.com. Her bio and email address is also in the description of this video, so you can find it there. Woo-woo. Hi, Amy.
Hi.
Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Really cool.
So we are going to talk today about boundaries.
Yeah.
And why they're so hard. Why are creating healthy boundaries so hard? Tell us.
Well, for me, the journey of healthy boundaries has only been kind of in the last few years. And I think they're really hard for me because I have been a pleaser. I want to say yes. And the idea of saying no just feels so mean almost. But it's not. It's really very kind. It's kind to us and it's kind to the people around us because it's authentic. And there's a kind way to say no, and then there's the mean way to say no.
Sure.
I have really had to work hard at getting over the idea that a no is a mean thing
That's
because
right. Because it's
not. Not.
and you're right. And you not only are you saying no for yourself, but you're saying no for the other person. And you're setting the example that that's okay, that you don't
Right.
have to say yes all the time. Like for me, saying yes is easier, right? Saying no is hard. Saying yes is super easy. Yeah, I'll fill my plate. I'll overextend myself. I'll do, whatever I need to do to say yes all the time because I want to make you happy. And I was like, for me, I was making other people happy at my expense.
And then there's that resentment piece. Because if you are making people happy at your own expense, then you're going to resent them, you're going to have feelings of anger toward them, and that's not healthy for the relationship.
No, no,
Ultimately, it's like a spin cycle of negative if you're not saying no to the things that you want to say no to.
yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
And you were saying earlier, healthy boundaries can be taught.
Yes, I think healthy boundaries can be taught. I don't think they're taught really well in a lot of families. I think that a lot of families kind of skip that boundary thing because there's this cohesiveness in the family. And so you don't really have the boundaries with your family members that you need to have with the outside world, maybe. Um, I don't know. It's just something that I've really had to work on the last few years.
And if you don't learn that at home, then you can't take that to the outside world.
Right.
It doesn't translate because there's nothing to translate to. You haven't learned anything. I think a lot of families have an enmeshment problem where just everybody's in each other's business and in each other's space all the time. And I think that's great for, a little bit for some family cohesion, because you got to keep yourselves together and you have to work as a team, and you have to collaborate.
Mhm.
Um, but I think the enmeshment takes that collaboration, healthy collaboration, to the next level of just complete engrossment.
Definitely.
And if
And
you're not learning that when you're little, it's really hard to learn as an adult.
right. And to be in the outside world operating as you do in your family, it doesn't work. Because if you're always having to say yes to people and you're always having to make people happy and you're always having to do for others, you're putting yourself last.
Yeah.
And putting yourself last is really bad.
Yeah.
It's a really bad space to be in.
It's
Uh,
not healthy. What happens? Give us an example. What happens when you put yourself last?
well, the rock bottom for me with putting myself last um, showed itself in cancer. I had breast cancer in 2018. And it was at that point that I had to realize that I needed to shift some things. My life needed to change. And that's when I really started to look at what was happening, what I was doing, how I was participating in my life, how I was showing up for people, how I was showing up for myself. And I really wasn't showing up much for myself. I was surviving, but I wasn't living. So I had to change everything.
That's
And
great.
it's been a big shift, but it's been a good thing.
Yeah, it's great that you shifted. Not it's great. It's not great that you had breast cancer. Are
But
you
I'm fine.
are you
I'm
healthy now?
yes, I'm fine now.
Good. I That's funny. I had a small cancer experience, not like that. It I had a little bit of skin cancer on my nose, and the doctor looked at me and he said, I see the skin cancer this bad in 90-year-old men who are not being taken care of in the nursing home. And I was like, oh, I haven't been taking care of myself,
Oh,
like, at all. I haven't, I was definitely in survival mode. Uh, I like my life was a complete wreck,
mhm.
and I didn't take care of myself. And the doctor was like, this looks like a 90-year-old man from a nursing home that's not being cared for at all. I was like, oh,
That is frightening.
okay.
Like,
Cool.
take care of myself.
let's let's take it back a notch, and I'm gonna start taking care of myself now, because that's a really good idea.
It's
So
those
I could,
moments where it's like, oh, I really need to be taking care of myself. And
yeah,
hopefully it's not a situation of cancer,
yeah,
but sometimes that's what it takes.
yeah, because when you're not listening, the universe will throw something big at you.
Mhm.
I mean, you will literally hit your head
Yeah.
if you're not listening.
If you don't listen to the little whisper, it gets
Yeah,
louder and louder and louder.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Cool.
Very so.
So let's talk about a little bit more about boundaries. Um, what what is an example of an easy boundary to set? So we talked a little bit about saying no. Um, I think saying no is one of the easiest boundaries to start with.
Mhm.
Just start telling people no. I actually give people an exercise.
Yes.
If you work with me one-on-one, one of your exercises might be to stare at yourself in the mirror and say no. Because that's what I did. I
Okay.
stared at myself in the mirror and said, no. I practiced saying the word, no, thank you. No, that's not good for me right now. Or I would love to help you with that, but I can't do that at the moment. Or this is really exciting, but I'm sorry I can't participate. And I say stuff like that all the time now, because I just can't do everything. I just can't do it all.
And you're working from a healthy perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So give us another example, something else, an easy boundary to create.
Well, for me, the no's, it's the first thing. It's teaching people to just say the word no, because no is a complete sentence. You don't have to have a reason. You don't have to have an excuse. You can simply say no.
Nope, I'm good.
No. Yeah.
I'm
Um, that's really where I start with people
yeah,
if they struggle with boundaries,
that's
like
an
I did.
excellent.
Just the practice of the no,
Yeah.
and really giving it, what I suggest is people give it 24 hours. If they're presented with something, take 24 hours and think about it.
Yes, that's a great suggestion. I've heard things like that before where like you get invited to something and you're
Mhm.
like, okay, so the thing that you say right at that moment was let me check my schedule. And
Right.
then you put it down and
Mhm.
you marinate on that for a day, just like you said. And then you decide what to do about it the next day, not like in the heat of the moment. You come up with oh, hang on a minute. Like I like to do this, but let me check my schedule. I think that's a great example. Thanks.
That way it takes the pressure off of you. You
Yeah.
can think about it for a while, marinate in it, see if it works for you, see if it really feels like something you want to do. It can be a little thing, it can be a big thing. But 24 hours, you sleep on it, you wake up and you may feel differently or you may feel the same. So
Yeah.
just better than saying yes to something and then having to say no later.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That can be a little challenging too. Yeah.
I get irritated when somebody says yes to me and then turns around and says no later because I'm
Right,
like, no, you made the commitment.
right.
Like, because I'm coming from a place of I say no. So
Mhm.
I expect other people now to say no. And then I forget for a minute. I forget that, lots of people still have trouble saying no. So like that's
There are
why we're
lots of
here.
boundaryless people.
Yes, that's why you and I are here having this discussion right at this moment in time, because there are lots of people who still struggle with boundaries, and that is okay.
And I still struggle with boundaries all
Yeah,
the time, but
yeah,
employing that practice, the 24-hour wait,
yeah.
has really been something that works for me and
Awesome.
makes me feel like I'm not being mean, like I'm really just taking everything into consideration before I make the commitment.
It's
Yeah.
perfect. Good. Well, thanks. Thanks for the chat. We're going to wrap up here in a minute. Do you have a piece of advice or a little golden nugget of information for our viewers out here? Hello, viewers. Oh, I see you. Oh, hang on. Do we have any comments? Oh, hi, Allison. And Karen. Oh, this is wonderful. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Um, so Amy, do you have any piece of advice for our viewers?
I do. So, along the lines of the no and the yes, I have advice about yeses. When something really pulls you, say yes to it because you never know what it's going to lead to. I said yes to, do we have quick time? A
Yeah,
quick
yeah, yeah,
minute for the story?
yeah.
I said yes to a women's conference that led to me meeting my publisher and led me to meeting my life coach and led to this amazing tribe of people that are now in my life. If I hadn't
Yay.
said yes to that, I don't know where I'd be.
That's
My life would
amazing.
be so different. So yeah, say yes to the things that pull you for sure.
Because you could end up having your story in 11 international bestsellers.
Yeah.
That is just super impressive. Oh my gosh.
It's
See,
been
you're
really
never,
fun. It's been a really fun experience.
if you feel that pull, say yes. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, thanks, Amy. So, where can everybody find you?
They can find me at, well, actually the best email address to get me now is amy.kinglifecoaching@gmail.com.
Okay, well, let's update. I will update the description so everybody sends the correct email address.
Okay.
And Amy, you have some exciting news. What is your exciting news?
I have a book coming out in a couple of weeks. It will be available for free download on May 10th. So it's called Messy Wheels.
Messy Wheels.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Messy Wheels by Amy King. All right. Well, we will look for that on May 10th. Feel free to post that link on this video too.
I will on May 10th. I will definitely do that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, fantastic. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's
You're
been
welcome. This is Amy King. My name is Alicia McBride. You can find me at healinglightempath.com. This is our empath effect. You can tell us your empath effect by using the hashtag empath effect. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.